I listened to you, and now you're gonna listen to me for 1 hot minute.
Hello kitties, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kira, I'm better known as Afro Kitty on social media, and today I'm going to discuss my issues with the brand Bratz. We're also going to discuss last year's comeback as well as the whitewashed artwork, product changes and comparisons, and some of the movies. We're also going to discuss some of the character models that have been changed, which is also the same thing I mentioned earlier. So let's get into it. And before we do that, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for more of my content, and also remember to press the bell icon so you can get notified of new videos. Now let's begin. So I'm going to share a little bit of a synopsis of the brand and some of the things that happened. So Bratz fashion dolls were introduced by MGA Entertainment back in 2001, with the main characters being Jasmine, Chloe, Sasha, and Jade. A few years later, there was a redheaded character by the name of Megan that was added to the group. Now, this is going to be for me. I remember collecting these dolls, and it kind of shaped how I dress today. And it's also, like, very trendy to dress in the 2000s. So I wanted to, like, mention that because I know it's coming back. And it was a good idea for the brand to come back now. At least not this year. It was last year. But it's really on brand, okay? Let's continue. After the Bratz debut, they became wildly successful and stood in as a competition to Barbie. Problems arise when parents deem Bratz dolls to be over-sexualized and not meant for the consumption of kids, which did hurt the company and their approach to certain collections. And with this, I will elaborate further on to the video. Okay, so let's talk about the issues that Bratz faced during the 2000s. I think one of them was, like I mentioned before, parents complaining about the dolls, the way that they were designed. There was also this that's like it really makes sense when you research, like when you find out all of these things, because it's crazy to me. I always wondered why my scenes came out a year later, and it really was very similar to what Bratz were, and I consider them a fusion of what Bratz and Barbie are. Their faces are much bigger than a natural Barbie head. Their makeup is as heavier as how Bratz is. Their shoes, you can take them out as much as you can take the Bratz dolls' shoes out. The style looks pretty similar. I consider my scenes like more of a high fashion Hollywood, Los Angeles kind of character of Bratz in comparison. Also, with the over-sexualization of the dolls, I understand what parents are saying. I think that Bratz, even though the target audience was for kids, I think it was meant for girls to explore their fashion sense. I don't know, because I think that Barbie, in comparison to Bratz, Barbie sells out more of a fantasy life, while Bratz is more realistic in a way, because they're teenagers experiencing teenager things. And Barbie, we don't even know her age. Barbie is considered of all ages. I don't know. We never know her age. I think you can find it on the internet. But in the series, we don't really know her age. She lives in fucking what? Malibu, Los Angeles. I don't know where she lives, but she lives in a very high-end place. She has a mansion. I don't think a lot of people can relate to that. They could relate to the idea and the dream of pursuing that. And I like the idea that Barbie at least is like, she does a lot of things that not many people would think a woman can do. And I like that, I like that aspect. I just feel like in comparison to Bratz is more relatable than Barbie in that aspect. But I understand what parents say. I just feel like, damn, like, are you afraid that your child is gonna grow up and want to dress a little more because they're growing or something? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, there's a ton of toys that are marketed to kids, especially girls that are into makeup, dressing up, just like Barbie. It's just less pink in a way. I also find it a little funny that Bratz, they created characters that to me resemble Barbie in a way, and I don't know, I just find it silly. What was her name? I don't know. Berdine? I think it's Berdine. And the Tweevils. I like them. I don't know, I just found it funny. I don't think they should have made fun of the color pink, because it made it seem like it was an ugly color. And I was like, yo, if they like pink, they like pink. Come on now. But I understand, because they were very snobby and stuff, and it makes sense because in reality, I think Barbie wouldn't be that way. As weird as it is, I don't think Barbie realistically, if she was supposed to be a teenager just like Bratz, I don't think she would be very down to earth, humble. No, I think she would be a snooty little girl because she has a lot of opportunities. She has a mansion, she got a house, she got all this. I don't know, that's what I would think of Barbie. You know? So yeah, I think that's all I have to say with the history, a little bit of information about Bratz. I know there's more, but in this case, I really just want to talk about, well, focus on the comeback that they did last year. So let's continue. So the first issues that the company received after their comeback was one of the collections that they planned on reselling, which was the Bratz Rock Angelz dolls. Now, the first edition of the Bratz dolls, I think it's called Cool Bratz. They look fine. I bought myself a Jasmine yesterday, and I think she looks gorgeous. I want to collect the other three. I think they all look beautiful. I'll say, because I'm stuttering here, but I will say that Sasha, to me, at least the second outfit, is really, really plain in comparison to the rest of the girlies. As well as Jade. Jade's second outfit is pretty plain in comparison to the other two girls like Chloe and Jasmine. I don't know what they did there. Flop. But I think they look really cute. They all look pretty. Except for Chloe's makeup. I don't know what happened there, but Chloe's makeup looks a little weird. She looks like she has surgery on her lips. Like her lips are swollen and it doesn't look really nice. It doesn't flatter it. I don't know if that's how the makeup was in the 2001 version. I have to compare the two and see. So with the Bratz Rock Angelz dolls, they had problems with the malfunctions with the dolls, the eye paint. I saw the promo picture, like the promo, the lineup of the girls, and I saw that Roxanne, which is like, I call her Megan. I was gonna say Maxine. She's supposed to be like the other version of Megan, because there's a lot of other characters that are variations of the four girlies. So in this case, Roxanne, her eyes were so wide, like they're very separated, and they looked weird and misplaced in my opinion, as well as Sasha's face looked really weird. And I think in the thumbnail I made a comparison of the two girls with the 2004 version and the 2021 version, and I have to say the 2004 version looks way better. Their faces look cute. I love Roxanne's smoky eye look from 2004 version. I don't know what happened with 2021 version that they have like glitter. I don't know. It doesn't match the character, and I think that's why it looks weird. So a lot of people who were buying these dolls and they were receiving it, the packages they had, the makeup was out of place, and I don't know. I feel like my unpopular opinion with this when it comes to a very popular brand, doll brands coming back, they're making things cheap. Some of the dolls that they're bringing back, they're making them cheap. The quality is shit, and then they're upping the prices because they know that people who used to, they grew up with this, they're gonna buy it. Especially collectors, they will buy it if they really love the brand. And I feel like we have to rethink twice before even wanting to buy some of these things, because I feel like the quality, even when you look at the pictures, they don't look that good. And I don't want to spend $60, $30, $40. Well, not $30. I wouldn't mind $30, but at least $60 for a doll that's gonna look fucked up and the quality's fucked up. I'd rather buy and actually go on a long search on eBay to find these girls, the ones, the OG versions, the first edition. I'd rather find those than buy the newer versions because they just don't look the same. The quality is not the same. And it's really disappointing. I also mentioned that in another video I made where I talked about Monster High dolls, the ones that they came out a few months back. I did mention that I really didn't like, well, not a few months back though. That was just like, what, 2 months ago? I don't remember. All I know is that when I saw the dolls, I feel like the quality, at least the quality of the clothing, looked really cheap. They're not detailing things anymore like they used to. I saw Draculaura's shoes for a second and I was like, why are her shoes look so plain? And it's because, you know, upon a closer look, her shoes are not as detailed. You know, they're just painted pink and they only focused on the heart-shaped part of the shoe. It's like boots with, I don't know how to explain it. I just know that they didn't even focus on painting some of the lines that are included in the boot. I think those details are really important to just, you know, it makes it worthy of buying a doll. Now, don't get me wrong, because I bought a Jasmine doll yesterday. I spent about $40 because that to me is expensive. I don't know about you. Even the Rainbow High dolls here are very expensive. They're $50, almost to $50 on Walmart, and I can get one on $30 in Walgreens. The problem is they only have one doll, or like a lot of dolls, but it's just one version, and it's sad. So yeah, and I also want to talk about how some of these, it's more targeted to the people who collect dolls. I think it's a little frustrating when there's not a lot of availability when it comes to POC characters, especially in Bratz, because I thought that the only black character in Bratz was Sasha, and then when I started collecting dolls, there was more variations of Sasha, of course. There was Felicia, which is the only one I know. There's other characters, I'm pretty sure. But I really was focused on Felicia because, of course, she is in the face of the brand now. And I wanted to collect her for a while. And before they made another doll of Felicia, it's very hard to purchase Felicia, especially on eBay. I don't know, there's other options out there, but since I live in another country, then it's not, some of these websites are not, they don't ship where I live. And it's very difficult. This Felicia doll, she cost about $600 to $1,000. She doesn't come cheap. Not even her clothes. Her clothes are $50 each pair. You know, they're trying to scam you. They're trying to take money out of you. And I'm not willing to buy $50 for a fucking shirt, okay? I'd rather do it myself. That's how petty I am. I'd rather do it myself. And it's frustrating because I want a Felicia doll, and then you're trying to sell her for $1,000 fucking dollars. Like, why? Come on now. And then the other version of Felicia that they're selling now, I don't like her makeup and I don't like her dress. I want the campfire one. I want the sleepover Felicia. I think she looks gorgeous. And I don't know, I just really wish I had the opportunity to get her at a reasonable price, at least for me, because, you know, I think Felicia is a very rare doll. And people are just using it to their advantage, and it's not fair, especially for people who are, you know, people of color who really want that doll, or, you know, just for representation, right? I don't know, just for me. You know, just something I'm saying. And now that I'm talking about POC characters, I wanted to talk about how MGA's marketing, at least the brand's marketing, how they're doing it now, is kind of like, what are you doing? Because if y'all don't know, back in the day when they were promoting Bratz, they usually promoted more on Chloe and Jasmine and more of Jade rather than Sasha. They would whitewash Sasha's character a lot. You guys remember the cartoons, you guys remember the 2D animations. Sasha, they were literally, she was like one shade darker compared to Jasmine, side by side. And if you wanted to differentiate the two, of course, Jasmine's birthmark on her cheek, and Jasmine has orange, kind of caramel hair color, and then Sasha has more of a dark brown, and that's how you can differentiate the two. And I hate it because you know how you color. Because when I saw the artwork for Felicia's sleepover collection, the sleepover package, her color her skin tone is very similar to Sasha's skin tone. So I think if it's possible to color her the right way, if you colored Felicia's skin tone the same tone as what Sasha is, why didn't you do that? And why didn't you darken it a little bit? Like, it doesn't even take, it's not that hard to darken the character's skin tone. Like, it's really not that hard. It's not that hard. Also with Dylan, well, let me go a little bit back on Felicia because I forgot to mention something. Also in the commercials, like the commercials, they would literally block Felicia's doll whenever they were promoting her. I don't know about Sasha, but I remember this commercial where it was a sleepover collection, and then they were blocking Felicia in the back. And then, you know, there's like the area where they share the logo of Bratz or the logo of the company. So they would literally put her in that area so you couldn't see her. That's shady. That's shady, and that's suspicious. So now that they're promoting more of those characters and they're putting it on front, says something to me. I'm like, I don't know if you're trying to get reparations for the things that you did. I don't know if you could call it reparations because I don't know if that's the right word. But I don't know if it's like a redemption arc. I think that's redemption. That's what I want to say. Because I said reparations. I don't think that's the correct word. The correct term. And they also fixed Dylan's design because I didn't even know. Dylan was black. His character is black. And he was always paired with Sasha. And I didn't even know that. Because he was always flirting in the movies with other girlies. So I didn't even know that. And it's crazy to me that they made Dylan to look like racially ambiguous, kind of like a white man or a Latino. I don't know why they did that. And now when they remodeled the characters, they created Dylan to be a lot darker, which I'm glad they did that. I just feel like it's weird. It's a little like, I feel like, I don't want to be like, yay, because they still need to fix it up, especially the company MJ. They need to keep it up because they're still whitewashing some of the artwork. They need to fix that shit. Really, and bring in more POC characters. I'm sick and tired of seeing 7 white girls and then just 1 black girl and then they call it representation. That's not how it's supposed to go. Oh, because I didn't mention about the models. Well, I did mention it a little bit now. So with the models, I think, well, I'm gonna criticize the animation. Like, I studied animation. I'm at my last trimester. I know a little bit of animation. I'm not, you know, I'm not a pro because I don't focus on it. But I will say the animation is a little stiff. I don't know about you, it's a little stiff. What's going on there? I don't know, I just feel it's weird. It's kind of robotic. They should fix that a little bit. If that's one of the ways you promote you keep engagement with your fans, I think you should work more on the animation. Because it's cute. The dolls look cute. The outfits are on point. I think they all look gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And you know, they should just work more on the animation. Personally, I think that's the artwork. I mean, the models look okay. I think the first time I saw them, I thought they looked very like they had plastic surgery on their cheeks, because their cheeks looked a little slanted to me. I don't know. I felt like they looked a little weird at first, but I like how some of them look. You know, because I think they look weird. Some of them look weird, especially Chloe. The first time I saw Chloe, I'm like, you look a little weird. I don't know. That was just me. Yeah, and I think that's it. Because I never mentioned the collections that they kind of redesigned, reworked. One of them was the collection I wanted to mention is one of my favorites. Like, it's not my favorite collection, it's just because I liked the movie so much that I expected something different when I first saw it. I was very disappointed. So let's talk about Bratz Pixies, Fashion Pixies. I don't know if in other prototype collections before and after, I don't know if they've changed it completely, like really drastically, but in this case, since I know a little bit more about Bratz Fashion Pixies, that collection, I hated how parents complain about the designs and they want to redesign it. You know, they just want to change it up a bit, and so they make it more age friendly, and I hate it because sometimes, you know, the movie is completely, it's not even that dark, it's just that some of the colors were darker, and so the parents were like, oh no, it's too dark for the kids, you need to change it up a bit, you know, make it more sugary, make it more sweet, give it more pink, purples, I don't want to see no black. And these girls' outfits were changed completely, and I'm not a fan of it. The way that they changed Lena from the movie, I was like, who the fuck is this? Brianna 2.0? It was just Brianna with dark lipstick. And the only difference is, of course, the dark lipstick, the eyeshadow, and that she has her arms crossed. And I was so upset. I was like, what? She was one of my favorite characters. Why the fuck did you do that? And not to mention, they added the mother of the main characters as the collection. They added it in the collection when she wasn't even in the movie for like, what, 2 minutes? She wasn't even there that long. And they were like, yeah, let's add her. What about Cymbeline? Cymbeline was one of the main plots of the fucking movie. Why didn't you add her? I thought her color scheme was cute. It was like lime green, like mint green. It was so cute, and I liked her character. I thought she was so cute. Why didn't they add her? Why didn't they? I don't know what the hell they were thinking. But the prototypes were really pretty. I like that their hair was super long, cause not a lot of Bratz dolls have long hair, but these girls had long hair. It reached like their knee, and I loved it. I loved the skirt. Yeah, they had wings as well. I think they all looked very pretty, and it's just a downgrade. It's a downgrade, and I hate it when they do that, you know, all for the sake of money, not even for what the people really want. Because I don't think they even ask the kids what they want. I'm like, do you like this? Do you think it's pretty? Shit, why you ask the parents? The parents are not going to be the ones to use it. It's the kids themselves. I get it, the kids are not the one who have the money, it's the parents, so you're also marketing them. It's just frustrating because they're not the ones who watch it or anything. So that's just me, that's just my take. Now, I think we have a little bit more time to talk about the movies, and I'm just going to talk about the movies that I would watch religiously. And I still wonder why my mom never noticed that I was neurodivergent, you know, that I had ADHD. I was like, Mom, I would watch movies every single day. Like, I would watch the same movie for months on end and not feel like, not get tired of it at all. And I still do this to this day. I don't know if it's a neurodivergent thing, maybe it's not, but I was like, maybe it is, I don't know. It's like a comfort movie, basically. So the movies that I had in my possession, I had Bratz Fashion Pixies, I had Genie Magic, I had the Bratz Babies movie, the animated movie, I had the live action movie, and then the weird Super Babies movie. I found that movie to be fever dream. It was weird. That was one of the movies I would watch, not so much. I didn't watch that much. My favorite ones were the ones that I listed first. Fashion Pixies, Genie Magic. I liked the live action movie too, that was good. And I liked the Bratz Babies. I thought they were cute, the music was a bop. I just love the music. I still listen to some of the musics on YouTube. And I would sing it to heart. And I wanted to say though, in the live action, because I wanted to talk more about that, because the other movies, I think y'all already seen it and I don't have a lot of critique on it. But let's talk about the live action movie for a second, because what the hell was that? The fact that they changed some of the roles, I don't know. I know that in movies, Sasha was considered to be like the one who wanted to be a radio host. She liked music, she liked all that sorts of things, and I thought she was going to be a singer or something. I don't know, she liked music, she was musically inclined. And then in the movie they made Jasmine to be musically inclined, she wanted to sing, but she had stage fright and ooh. But Jasmine, to me, I always considered her to be like an environmentalist. She cared about humans and animals, and you know, she just wanted to save the world, you know, kind of like, you know, just be a good Samaritan. I was gonna say good Samaritan, that's just not a word. And I get it, because if you want to make one of the characters the main character, you should make Jasmine because she's racially ambiguous. I mean, she's Latina, whatever, or Hispanic, I think. So yeah, I thought that was a little weird. Also, the fact that she got paired with Dylan, like, again, I feel like she took Sasha's role in a way. I don't know. I think it was just for plot reasons, because I like every other girl's concept, and I know that in the movie the girls had a little bit of a plot. All of them have something. So yeah, I don't know what was it with Dylan. Why they made Dylan a white boy? What the fuck was that? Yeah, I was like, who is white boy? I mean, I like the concept that he was deaf. That was good. That was a good concept. I was like, yay, genius. But other than that, I was like, who is white man? No. And honestly, wasn't Jasmine's boyfriend Ethan? Or Ethan? I don't know how y'all say it. Ethan? Why didn't they just make Dylan Ethan? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, girl. I did like Meredith. I love that main character. I like, well, not main character. She was the antagonist. I liked her. I liked her. I liked her music. She was a bougie girl. I was like, I think she was also considered like a Barbie version in my opinion. I was like, okay, she's like the Barbie. She's like a real life Barbie. You know, how she would act. Yeah. She was like, I'm a flaunt all you bitches. I have money. I got everything. But also, she was kind of like Burdine. So, yeah. And she had her two little henchmen, which I consider them like the Tweevils. So, yeah, that was it. Also, I forgot about Cameron for a second. I'm like, Cameron. Yeah, Cameron's in the movie. Yeah, Chloe had a little love thing with Cameron. There was another dude who was Jade's boo thing. I don't even know if Jade had a boo thing in the series or in the movies. She had a lot of crushes, but she never had like a very focused one guy that was interested in her. Like, she was interested in him and stuff like that. But to me, my favorite scenes were the scenes where Jade changes outfits and she recreates the clown outfit to something that's more stylish. I was like, that's so genius. I thought it looked cute. They all looked really pretty. I loved it. I also forgot about that Jasmine's little brother. What the fuck was that? That was so weird. I don't plot points at this point. Oh yeah, but my favorite scenes were that. I also liked the scenes where Meredith is singing her little plot schemes. I thought that was cool. I like that song. I love it. It was a good song. Oh, I want to talk about Sharpay one day. Like, one video talk about Sharpay and how they were demonizing femininity in some way. I will elaborate on that on one video. Let me know if you're interested in that, okay? You can comment that below what other videos and topics you want me to talk about. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I found it catchy though. That song was catchy. Also, Sharpay's songs were catchy. I couldn't give a shit about Gabriella. At this point, I don't like Gabriella. When you grow up, it's the same thing as Barbie, Life in the Dream House. You know, people, when you're little, you like Barbie, but when you grow up, you start liking Raquel more. That was me. When I started rewatching the show, I loved Raquel. As weird as it is, I'm like, this girl, she funny. I like her. Now, I don't like that she's trying to break the couple apart, like Barbie and Ken. I'm like, those two are never gonna break up. I'm so sorry for you. And what the hell was it with Raquel and what was this guy's name? What was her brother's name? I really forgot his brother's name. But they were twins, right? And Raquel's supposed to be like Asian American or something. What the fuck is his brother? Her brother looks ambiguous. Like, he doesn't even look Asian at all. I'm like, what? Why do y'all look different? Aren't you supposed to be twins? I mean, que sean fraternal twins or something. It's not really mentioned, but I wish they could have like made them look similar. It would have been nice. It would have been a nice touch to the characters. But it's good because they have their individuality and stuff like that. So that's also good. I kind of went on a rant with Life in the Dream House, but let's finish this video. So I think that's all I have to say. I already mentioned how I didn't like the whitewashing of some of the characters. Also, that they were promoting a lot of Jasmine and Chloe and Jade, but not a lot of Sasha's. I think it's a fact. If I'm not mistaken, I think you can research it on Bratz Google, like the Bratz Wiki, where it's mentioned that Sasha, and compared to the other three, is the less, she's not in a lot of collections. So she's like the only one out of the three, you know, the four girls to be in not a lot of a collection. She's the one that's not, I kind of said it wrong. So sorry, I'm kind of going circles on it, but she wasn't included in a lot of collections. So it's really, really unfortunate, and I really hope that they do change this. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why I really don't like this brand and the company itself, because it's not even the brand, it's just kind of the company and how they're promoting a lot of POC characters but not really doing the work themselves to fix the whitewashing and, you know, come correct and be open about their past mistakes and do better, because they've been doing better. I just wish they would talk about it. I'm not sure if they did, but I think that's all I have to say. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Remember to subscribe and press that bell icon for, you know, to get notifications on my newest videos. And next week I will have part 1 of my topic discussing Disney's Zombies? Yes, Disney's movie, live action movie called Zombies. I will have part 1, which is talking about the first movie, and then part 2 is going to be in the other week that I'm going to talk about the sequel. I will mention there's going to be a third movie. I don't know when it's going to premiere, but the third movie is going to be about aliens. So yeah, we have that. And I think that's all I have to say. And I was going to say thank you and good night. It's evening. So yeah, goodbye. Bye.